Every now and then I'll be looking through my YouTube and I'll find a video where my opinion at that time differs so much from what I feel now that I have to make a little update video. And this is one of them videos. Am I fit for work anymore? But I'm picking up bugs and illnesses like crazy. And it leaves me in a position where, I mean, the future's uncertain. The retirement age is what, like 67? And the age for someone with cystic fibrosis is 40. You know what I mean? Do the maths. It ain't gonna happen, is it? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be sat there old and grey. Grey. What I'm referring to is the last time I talked about working with cystic fibrosis. I was clearly in a very, very different place. This was pre-Kaftrio and I'd slipped into a downward spiral with my work. So basically, I've always tried making sure that cystic fibrosis doesn't affect my working life in any way, shape or form. Now, other than the 2 weeks off that I'd have, say for instance when I was on IVs, or if I got really, really poorly, I wouldn't have any other time off, and I try my hardest through pride and grit and determination to make sure that I was off, even going as far as sometimes I'd clearly be too ill to be in work. And I'd still try my hardest to come in, so you'd end up with a walking skeleton in the office for about 2 weeks before I actually admitted that it was time to go to hospital. And that's all just fear of cystic fibrosis ruining my life. But I'd gotten to the point where I was kind of giving myself an easy ride. So on purpose, and you know, I don't like to admit this, I kind of got the attitude and given the impression of myself in work as the laid back guy who didn't care, and probably someone who you didn't want to ask questions to. And I did that on purpose, and I made myself look a bit crap, to be honest, because I was trying to avoid working all out, flat out all the time and trying too hard at my job, because I didn't believe deep down inside that I'd be doing it long, because I thought my health was going to take that away from me. And the way I rationalised it in my head and the way I made it work for me was that I would stay in as long as I could and just kind of go like this, middle. I would say I was consistent and I did my job well, but that's all I did. I didn't offer myself to anything else. I didn't want to go anywhere. I'm kind of happy on the money that I'm on. So in my mind, I was thinking, right, okay, I can live like this for the rest of my working days, which I didn't think was going to be very long. Fast forward a few months, well, I think about 4 or 5 months since I made that video, and I started Kaftrio, which completely and utterly shook me and changed my outlook. It didn't do it straight away, because what, I'm 7 months in now, and I'd say for the past month I have been absolutely on fire at work. Not only at work, I've been on fire outside of work as well. I've proactively gone out to different companies and offered my animating service, so I'm doing so much more now. And I'm putting myself out there, and putting myself out there is making me better in work, because I'm trying to keep my mind active. For years, and I mean years, I coasted, and I was basically killing brain cells. You know what I mean? I'd go in work, get it done, and come home, and it's just not a satisfying way to live your life. But again, I balanced that out, because I thought, right, realistically, how long am I going to be able to do this and call myself normal before I have to go off sick and never return? And as I said, that scared me, and I wanted to make my life as stressless as possible. But what's really sparked this off is, obviously Kaftrio came along, amazing, feel great, got more life expectancy, I knew that. But about a month ago now, I spoke to one of my doctors on the back of a standard checkup. Now bear in mind, my lung function is now over 100% consistently, maximum being about 110, but if I blew one right now, usually before Kaftrio I'd probably looking at sort of low 70s, which isn't too bad. But if I blew one now, like right here, right now, without any exercise, I'd probably be about 101, 102%, which is phenomenal. I've been through this in my videos, I can't tell you how amazed I am by it. But off the back of this, you start having conversations with your doctor about living longer and what do we do in the long term. And to someone with cystic fibrosis, to hear people talk about what we're going to do in 20, 30 years, it's honestly, it's mind-blowing, because no one ever speaks to you about that. It's always about managing this condition and, you know, don't get your hopes up because you're probably not going to live that long. And that's the kind of the way it is, and that's the way they have to be, because they can't give you false expectations. But shitty now, as soon as you hear the doctor start talking about 20 or 30 years, it blows your head off. It kind of put me in a little bit of a slump when they first started talking, because this is what happened. The doctor said to me, she said, right, your lung function as it is, and then she was kind of padding it up, saying, you know, if we stay this way and blah, 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 you need to start thinking about 20, 30 years down the line. You know what I mean? And just hearing them say that words, it gives you this weird boost of confidence. But it also, for me, it made me take a step back and go, shit, I've been on a wind down, career-wise, I've been on a fucking wind down for years. And I've kind of made this image for myself, which now I can't really excuse having, because, you know what I mean, if I'm going to be here, then I'm going to try my fucking hardest. I'm going to try my damned hardest to get somewhere and be someone. I say get somewhere and be someone. I'm not saying that if you don't go out now and, you know, chase your dreams and, you know, be the CEO of some company by the time you're 35, 40. I'm not saying that you've not met your full potential, but for me personally, I started off when I was young with this indestructible attitude where nothing could hurt me, nothing could stop me. And my career went, and at some point in the line, cystic fibrosis went, I don't think so, you need to stop now. And that's when I just went like this, or as I've been saying, like this, flatlined. But now, I've been given the opportunity and I've got no excuses. The mind's got no excuses. So for a few days, to be honest with you, I was down, maybe even a week, 2 weeks. I said it on my blog, didn't I? Vlog, blog, whatever you call them. I said it, didn't I? I feel I've been down. And I think the reason why I was down was because my way of life had just gone, shit, you've got no excuse now. You're not technically the one that's dying. You have to go out and in your own mind, you're not going to accept this life anymore. So you have to do better. Yeah, it's really weird. Every time I think about it, it blows my mind. But I have now lost my own personal excuse. And it's not always an excuse because people are too ill and people want to do what they want to do in their lives. But for me, my sole excuse for my existence and just middling in the ordinary was cystic fibrosis. And now, looking back at that video, I hope I never become that guy again. Because that isn't me, and it was never me. And I feel so liberated at the moment that I've just took the bull by the horns and I've fucking gone crazy with it, and I don't think I can stop now. Watch me fly. You better keep your eyes on this channel because it'll go pow. Well, the channel one, I'll probably still be about 250, 260 subscribers. People can't make their mind up. I keep losing like 5 and gaining 5, so it's like, you know, as soon as 5 people decide that they're not interested and they hate me, 5 more pop in. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm not a YouTuber. I just like the sound of my own voice and I think it helps you. What's the point of this video? I think it's absolutely outstanding the impact that this drug can have on people's lives. And if you're getting this drug early, then you are in an amazing place. This is stuff dreams are made of. So if you're a parent now, and I always talk about this, if you're a parent and you've just found out your child has cystic fibrosis, it will change everything. It will change the possibilities that your own child has and what they can do for themselves. That will change, and it will never, hopefully, it will never limit them. So they'll just go like this from the start, and they won't have to get to 34 or nearly 34 like me and then start making a run for it. They can just hit the ground running straight away. And I just think it's amazing, and obviously it's something the whole world should be on. I sometimes feel like when I make these videos that it'll come across as I'm bragging, which I'm not, to be honest. I've done 34 years of the difficult stuff. It's still difficult. I've still got CF, but it's nice after 34 years, and everyone deserves it just as much as me. No one deserves it more, no one deserves it less. It's nice after 34 years to have good news. I will be super happy just as much as everyone else when everyone can make the same shitty videos as I make. We all deserve that. I think that's enough about me becoming the next big, bad, bald CF Alan Sugar CEO of the world. So it can't just be me who feels this excited and this confident about the future. there must be a load of you guys who have just got on it, or you've been on it for a few months now. Maybe it clicks straight away, or maybe it's just clicked what this drug can do for the rest of your life. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Let's make each other smile. Let's talk about happy things, happy days to come.